Hey guys! So I was going to make an update because I haven't been posting vlogs like I said I was going to every week, but once again I'm in school and crazy busy and I haven't really had too much to say because kind of the vlogs I want to make when I'm down there are more of my experience and things that happen on a week-to-week basis. I kind of feel like I don't know, I don't like to sound like I know everything. I don't consider myself a Disney expert. So I kind of, every time I've tried to like make videos about phone interviews or check-in or things like that, I feel like I'm just repeating things that I've heard on other videos. So I kind of want to wait until I get down there to make my own kind of experience, like I said, on a week-to-week basis, just different things that have happened, different things that I've learned, kind of walk you through my training. Also because I found there's not a lot out there about hospitality, so I'm hoping that I can make my blog and my vlog a lot about hospitality, because you always see a lot of like quick service and attractions and merchandise. Those are the ones that are talked about a lot, and I haven't been able to find a lot about hospitality, so I'm hoping I can use my experience to kind of help other people. But I am going to talk about, I wrote a blog the other day about 6 tips to help you survive Fall Advantage. And like I said earlier, I don't consider myself a Disney expert. I did Fall Advantage in 2013. I have one experience. That's what I go off of. Take it at face value. If you appreciate the tips, then that's great. But if not, that's cool too. That's awesome. So I'm just going to start off with kind of the 6 things that I walked away from my program with, and to kind of help you. Because Fall Advantage is just that. It's an advantage over the fall program because you were there for a longer amount of time. So with that comes different struggles than the fall program, because for fall you're only there from 3 to 4 months, whereas with Fall Advantage you're there for 8 to 7 months. So it's a little bit longer to be away from home, it's a little bit longer to get trained, a little bit longer to get a little homesick. And so Fall Advantage has a different kind of feel than just fall. So these were just kind of some tips that I had written the other day on my blog, so just kind of walk through that. So one of the first things that I learned was to work a lot during the summer, because the parks are crazy busy. That's the biggest time for people to come besides Christmas. So you're going to want to work a lot during the summer so that you can save up money so your bank account looks nice in the fall, because in the fall there's so much more to do. The weather's nicer, the parks are less crowded, so you're gonna want to have like that time that you can take off, because you don't want to be like, oh, I requested off X amount of days in the summer so it looks like you're not working a lot. That was something that I learned, because I worked a lot when I first got there, because I moved in, the first time I moved in May 20th I think, so it was right when peak season was hitting in June when I first got trained. Like the week after I got trained my first time, I worked 56 hours. So work a lot during the summer and save up money for the fall, because you are going to do so much in the fall. With that being said, go to the fall events like Mickey's Not So Scary, A Very Merry Christmas Party, the Food and Wine Festival, which is the greatest thing in the entire world. During my first program I got to work the program for 2 months. I got to work for the Food and Wine Festival for 2 months, so that's my other side note. If you're quick service food and beverage, about July on the hub they'll put up an application to ask for deployment to the Food and Wine Festival. Do it. 100%. Like, go to the Food and Wine Festival and work, because you will make the greatest friends. It is the most fun, especially because I wasn't outdoor foods, I was indoor at Columbia Harbor House at Magic Kingdom. So Food and Wine's outdoor foods, which is a completely different thing than indoor and like quick service and stuff. So it's so much fun, and I made the greatest friends during that program, and during that part of my program. It was amazing. So that's my little side note for quick service. Fall Advantage, go to the Food and Wine Festival. Everyone else, go to the Food and Wine Festival and eat and drink and every single day of the entire festival, because it's the greatest food and the greatest things that you will ever eat and drink in your entire life. I went when I worked there. Of course, my parents came down and we did everything, and this past year my roommate from school and I went down to celebrate our 21st birthdays, and it was amazing. Go to the Halloween party and the Christmas party, especially if you don't work in Magic Kingdom. They're so much fun. I dressed up for the Halloween party and ran around all night trick-or-treating like I was 5 years old, and it was so much fun. And also, if you don't work in Magic Kingdom, you can pick up like candy passing out shifts and pack shifts, which is a lot of fun, and you get to wear these cute little like Halloween and Christmas dresses and stuff. So I highly recommend picking up those shifts, because also that can be nice because you can kind of, it's a change of scenery for a couple of days or for a night, and that's always fun. So go to the events, go to the fall events, take advantage of that because they're so much fun and they're so worth it. Also, another thing that's in the fall is we have a formal. It'll be, I'm not sure where it is. I know it was at the Contemporary the year I did it, and at first we were like, we're not gonna go, that's stupid, but like, it was so much fun. It was one of the best nights of my program. Like, we went over to Magic Kingdom before and like took pictures, and we just had a great time. And like, you get to see people, like I had been at Food and Wine, so I had this whole family from there, and then like my family from my location, and you get to see everyone from all, it's wonderful. So go to formal. Next, befriend your coworkers, which that sounds kind of dumb because it seems kind of like, okay, yeah, no, duh, of course. But with being in the college program, sometimes full-time and part-time cast members kind of try not to like get really close to the CPs because we are just a constant rolling in and out. We come every season and we go, and so sometimes it's hard. But with Fall Advantage, you are there for a longer period of time, so you do get to know them a little bit better. I had probably three or four guys at my locations that became my big brothers and took care of me. And I had a couple of women who became like my mother during that program and took care of me. And so these are the people that you need on your side, because especially when the holidays roll around, you're going to want that family support system. So befriend your coworkers, and not just your fellow CPs. Befriend the part-time and the full-time people too, because they also know their way around Orlando. They are there if anything was to ever, God forbid, happen to you. Those are the people who are going to take care of you. So befriend your coworkers, and don't let them tell you that you're just a CP and you're not important, because you are important. Another thing is sleep. Sleep, and then sleep some more. Sleep on the bus. Sleep in between your shower and drying your hair. Sleep all the time, because there's going to be times where you don't sleep, yeah, and you go to the parks and stuff, but I know for me, I didn't sleep a lot, and I was working a lot, and then about September, I just hit this wall. And so then all I wanted to do was sleep. So sleep, because you usually get 2 days off in a row. So say you want to play in the park all day, like park hop, do whatever, do like crazy amounts of stuff. Do it on your first day, so like your second day you can rest and do laundry and like maybe go to a park or something, but don't wear yourself out on the second day, because then by the time your shift rolls around the next day, you're going to be exhausted. So sleep, and then when you think that you were done sleeping, sleep some more, because you are going to need it. Sleep is the best thing that you can accomplish. Take some personal days. Like, I know for me, I lived in Chatham, so it's right beside the premium outlets. For me, I would go over there, I would get coffee, and I would just walk around the outlets, like, shop, and I was like to myself, because there's some days where you're like, I just need to breathe and be on my own, because you're spending 7 months sharing a room. Some of them are triple occupancy now, so you're sharing a room with 2 people there. Personal days and personal space is needed, and it's hard to find sometimes in the parks and in your apartment. So find somewhere, even if it's just going to the pool, going to the mall, like I said. Take your personal days, and those are the days that you don't have to be a happy cast member. You don't have to talk to everyone. Those are the days that you need those days, because like I said, you might hit a wall, because it's hard to smile and be super cheerful for 8 months straight. So take personal days. And the last one that I think is the most important that I learned is don't get caught up in what's happening at home. For me, I was going into my sophomore year of college, so all of my friends, like we had lived in the dorms my freshman year, so all of my friends had moved off campus. They were living in apartments, my roommates were living in a house, so I was getting Snapchats every single weekend of football games and all these fun things that they're doing. All of that's going to be there when you get back. And don't overanalyze that you're missing out on something, because you will get so homesick and you will be miserable. And for me, I go to school in Valdosta, so it's only 3 hours away from Orlando, and football season was the hardest thing ever, because I was like, I'm 3 hours away and I'm sitting here at work and all my friends are at the football game, like having the time of their life. But you know what? I came back, and this past football season, I was there in the middle of it, and half the time, I wished I was at Disney World. So don't get caught up on what is happening on social media, because I promise you, yeah, it looks like you're missing out on all this stuff, but every single one of those people wishes they were where you were, and wishes they were at Disney World with you. So yeah, it stinks and you're going to get homesick. 7 months is a long time to be away from friends, but do not, I can't stress that enough. Just remember how grateful you are, and remember how lucky you are, because yeah, every time your friend Snapchats you about a night out or something that you're missing, nothing compares to being at Disney World, I promise. So just watch out for that, because it's hard. So that's kind of my biggest thing, because that was the biggest thing that I struggled with. I got so caught up in what my friends were doing here, and I wanted to come home so bad, and I think I ended up taking like 4 trips home. One of them was like 7 days long, and I regret that. I regret coming home that much. So don't do it. Don't get caught up. Enjoy your time there, because it's 7 months, but it flies by. So like I said, take that at face value, because that's just kind of my experience and what I think helped me survive Fall Advantage and what I think can help other people. It's awesome. It is so much fun, and it's an amazing thing to be down there for that long, because you really do get to make kind of deeper connections with people than maybe the other programs. Not that any program is better than another program. It's just, like I said, my opinion. So take it at that. I think we're at like 48 days, 46 days? I don't know. I've got 4 weeks of school left, a week of finals, and then I'm going home for 2 weeks. So yeah, we're a little bit closer. So I just wanted to update a little bit, since of course I haven't. So thanks for watching, and I hope to update you guys a little bit more once I'm down there.